Bring up Joe and Julianne Misk to the stage from Team Steve Cycle Pass to share their story as to why they're riding.
Thanks to all of you riders, and a special thanks to Steve Cohen of Steve Cycle Pass. I call Steve the Bionic Man because he and his team are worth more than $6 million to the Ride to Conquer Cancer. When Steve asked my family to speak at his fundraiser in March, I said we'd be honored, and we'll do one better. Julianne and I will ride in it as well. I mentioned to him that he should also invite Dr. Ralph Gilbert from the Princess Margaret, Julianne's doctor. He mentioned it to the foundation and they said, Steve, he's a surgeon and a chief of surgery at the hospital. Don't expect him at your event in Niagara Falls. But 4 seconds later, Dr. Gilbert replied saying, if Julianne is there, I will be there. And he is here right now as well. That's the kind of guy he is, and that's the kind of people that we are riding for today. Also, a special thanks to my wife, Bernadette. You have been amazing, and you've been at Julianne's side every step of the way. Bernadette and I have a son and twin daughters. Julianne, one of the twins, was born with a rare cognitive syndrome that made learning very difficult, and also a rare bone condition called fibrous dysplasia. So she has had her challenges in life, but it certainly didn't stop her from doing things. I remember in grade 4, her sister came home from school and wanted to join cross country. Bernadette said, well, what about your sister? Emily was worried about the other kids making fun of Julianne. So Bernadette looked at Julianne and asked her if she wanted to run too, and she did. The next day, Bernadette called me from the school and said, you gotta get out here and see Julianne. She's like Forrest Gump. She just won't stop running. So with that, I became Coach Joe, and Julianne continued to run. When she got to high school, she competed in cross country, track, and swimming, and eventually became a 7-time OFSA para champion. No one has made fun of her yet. Just about 2 years ago, we got that shocking diagnosis that most of you can imagine, and many of you have heard. Julianne had cancer. As a parent, you only wish you could trade places with your child, but you know that's not an option. So we put our faith in the hands of the great people of the Princess Margaret Hospital and Sick Kids, and we started treatments immediately. There was only one problem though. Julianne still wanted to run. And so she did. Julianne went through heavy chemo and underwent extensive surgery to reconstruct her jaw. But she still competed at OFSA 3 more times. She actually got sick during some of those races, and she ran while missing a bone in her leg. But she was so determined to keep running. She didn't win those races, but I think that they are by far her greatest athletic accomplishments. There is an expression that a friend shared with us. Cancer hates positivity. So despite her challenges, Julianne continues to battle adversity and stay positive. It's kind of ironic. I'm from Niagara Falls, and believe me, we have made the ride from Toronto to Niagara with Julianne many, many times over the past 2 years. But today we get to do it on a bike with all of you. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my daughter and my hero, Julianne.
Hello everyone, my name is Julianne, and I am very honored to be speaking to you all today. I'm 20 years old and a para-athlete in several sports. I attended St. Michael Catholic High School in Niagara Falls. I found school very challenging, but I developed a real passion for running, and I worked very hard at it. On September 22, 2016, my life changed forever. What started as a painful toothache turned into osteosarcoma, bone cancer in my jaw. My mom told me that I would be going to school for a while or able to compete in cross country that fall. She said I had a serious illness and needed to see the doctor right away. I remember being mad at her and arguing with her that I wanted to go back to school. She looked very scared and started to cry. That's when she told me that I could die. I was only 18 years old and I told her I didn't want to die. So that's when I started my journey to fight back and conquer cancer. This past 2 years, I have had 2 surgeries to replace the bone in my jaw. The first time, it was replaced with my fibula from my leg, and the second time with the scapula from my back. I have to thank Dr. Gilbert and his team for saving my life. I also had many chemo treatments, which left me feeling very sick, tired, and weak. During that time, when I felt well, I went to school, and in between chemo treatments, I continued to compete at OFSA and won 2 silver medals in cross country. When people would send me cards or say to me that I was an inspiration to them, I wasn't quite sure what that meant. Today, I can tell you what inspiration means to me. It means to face challenges in life with strength, courage, hope, and positivity. It means never to give up, even when things get really tough in life. I'm still fighting the fight, and my wish is that one day we can find a cure for cancer together. I'm really looking forward to riding with my dad, my brother Josh, and all of you today in our ride to conquer cancer. Together, we can make a difference, because nobody should ride or fight alone. Thank you.